Hey, and welcome. Hey, and welcome, you guys. Thanks for clicking on the video. We in here, y'all. Yes. Before I get started, please do all the things at the bottom of the screen. Hit that like button, free way to support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please, 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 por favor, comment down in the comment section and let me know what you thought about this episode. And share this video where you share your videos because sharing is just caring, y'all. Okay. Also, the Cash App is there for those of you that would like to, hit that tip jar up and show your girl a little love and a little appreciation. We're here for Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 9, From the White House to Key West. Don't mind the children in the background. It's a school night and we're supposed to be going to bed, but I digress. So, we get a little scene with Toya. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of small scenes. This was much of a filler episode. Next episode is about to be that girl, okay? But in this episode, we get Toya. Toya's son Ashton, I believe, is the younger one. He's in the 8th grade. He don't want to go to the 8th grade dance. He just not really feeling it. And I laugh because recently, I had to go through that with my 4th grader. But he went, he had a good time. So I get where she's coming from. You don't want them to, miss those moments because you can't go back. Anyway, she takes this as a time to take a little dig at Eugene, because she's the baddie and he's the nerd. But he has to remind her he was the prom king. She says of 20. That's 27, baby, not 27. Although I can't say nothing. I digress. No more about my personal life, y'all. Anyway, so both of these sons apparently are dating. We're talking about how many girlfriends one has and how many other ones had this year. And Toya and Eugene both talk about, how they are different than their parents. Because yes, baby, each one teach one, because this generation is not the previous generation. And what I do like about Toya and Eugene is that they do sit down and talk to their kids. So that opens the door and gives them that freedom to discuss things with them. When you feel like that open line of communication, you don't have to hide things. You can kind of speak freely. So that's what I got from that scene. Cute little, family scene. Now, we're going to switch this one around a little bit. We only got about 3 or 4 things to talk about because that's how we're going to cover these videos. Now, Phaedra goes on a date with Check, right? From Sweet Tea, Letitia's speed dating. And they're kind of getting to know each other, even though Dr. Heavenly has said these two already knew each other on one of her lives. And he brings up that he knows Apollo, but they're not friends. He knows Apollo. He knows Apollo's wife, but they're not friends. Cute little dating scene. Phaedra was trying to solidify her spot, I guess, but we all know she ain't coming back. She fixing to go over there to Real Housewives of Atlanta. She talks about not wanting to get married again, which, girl, I thoroughly understand. Never been married, but trust me, after being divorced, I kind of get where you're coming from. But she just wants to have fun. Fast forward on over there to Dr. Jacqueline Walters, baby. Okay, let me just say one thing about Dr. Jackie, baby. That backyard is beautiful. I just want you to know. Yeah. Me. Backyard is beautiful. The back of the house is something to look at. So Heavenly's over there. She got her little Fendi dress on, showing her little figure. And Jackie tells her that she's been invited to the White House. She's super excited. And she tells her she can bring one physician with her. And that physician is going to be Dr. Simone. Well, baby, Heavenly's face is cracked and on the ground, okay? Because what you have me come over here for? What you tell me for? Why you ain't have her do the Met Gala? Psych! She can bring 2. So Heavenly is also going to. And Dr. Heavenly promises to be on her best behavior. Put these scenes together, y'all. So everyone is excited and it's time to head for the White House. And girl, everyone is excited. And I'm a little bit too. Can you tell? Because the Golden Girls are back together, baby. I love to see when Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly are getting along. Okay. The big day comes. The ladies are in all blue. Coincidentally, we got pantsuit for Dr. Jackie and a little pantsuit for Dr. Heavenly. And Dr. Simone, she has on a dress. It was a cute dress. It was giving her a little bit of a figure, okay? And Jackie sits down and kind of lays out the rules. You got to carry this kind of bag and don't be handing your phone over talking about put your number in there. This is mainly directed at Dr. Heavenly. Act like you got some sense is the bottom line. So we get there. It's Chrissy Teigen, which was kind of like, really. I digress. We have the former VP, Kamala Harris, and they're discussing reproductive freedom, which includes the reversal or overturning of Roe v. Wade. This was a serious hit for us, although in this new presidency, we are continuing to take hits. Because what I want to know why it was so important for men or the country to take away our rights. How does that affect you is what I would like to know. Y'all let me know. I don't want to get on my soapbox, so we're gonna move on. Dr. Simone in the confessional is kind of, talking about all the instances that she's faced where she couldn't terminate a pregnancy, and that includes, it being a high-risk pregnancy and the mother's life being at stake, but she couldn't perform the task at hand. And Dr. Heavenly's kind of talking about, it's crazy because doctors are going to have to consider the law instead of what is best for the patient, and that is quite unfortunate. Sometimes, I am really glad, I hate to say it this way, that I am done having kids and that I don't have any girls, because it is really just awful the way that they just don't want women to have rights over their own bodies. Again, I said I wasn't going to be on my soapbox. So it's, a quick little scene of Dr. Jackie meeting her soror, like I said, former VP Kamala Harris, and the ladies get a quick little picture. We love to see it. The main coup de grace, the main part of this episode, though, is this trip to Key West. Although, let's back up the train a little bit. I do love when they do things like this because we get to see them being doctors. We get to see them, this is a really important thing to go to the White House and talk about, advocating for maternal mortality and all those things. So that's one thing that I really, really love about this show. We get that portion of it. So now they're getting ready for Key West. Like I said, oh, baby, and Apollo is invited too. Dr. Heavenly gets on the phone and she kind of runs it past Phaedra, which Phaedra's like, yeah, I guess so now, baby. If Dr. Heavenly ain't going to do nothing else, she is going to play producer. She's going to put on her hat and make a show. And I am here for it, okay? But she's kind of saying, we can learn from divorced couples. We ain't never been divorced, so maybe y'all can bring a unique perspective to the group and show Quad and Greg and baby, whatever she got to say to sell this. Greg and Letitia, baby, Dr. Greg and Letitia, they're aggravating my nerves when it comes to Quad, okay? He acts like Quad just did him so wrong and that she was just this awful person. When we know you weren't the greatest either. And honestly, it takes two to tango, because I won't put all of the fault on Dr. G. Now, a large part does go in there because your attitude, your hands, among other things. But it takes two to tango. I'm not going to sit here and say that Quad was perfect and she didn't do anything wrong. I'm sure she did. But we talking about you and how Letitia just constantly acts like she wants your man, boo. Let it go. They got divorced. It's over. She got a new man who looks much better than Dr. G. And I appreciate King's calm energy. Now, I don't know whether he's like that behind the scenes, but on the show, we are living for King and Quad, okay? But we got to see them talk about, your ex going to go, ma'am, you were a fan. You watch the show. They do this couples trip. He knows they do this couples trip. He's been on this couples trip, and that's essentially what we're doing. So everyone arrives. We're saying our pleasantries. Hey, how you doing? And then Cecil and Dr. Simone, they start to talk about how they're a little worried about Quad and Dr. G being on this trip because Dr. G don't have nice things to say about Quad, and Quad don't have nice things to say about Dr. G. But, we are all just praying that they can play nice in the sandbox. Speaking of playing nice in the sandbox, Dr. Heavenly gives Letitia a hug. Dr. Contessa looks on because she don't want these people to get along. So she takes the opportunity. These two hug, and Dr. Contesta takes Dr. Heavenly down to the ground. Now, it's supposed to all be in fun. And Dr. Heavenly says, she's here for the playfulness of it all. It's better than that other BS. But baby, you just got to keep your good eye on Dr. Contessa, okay? Because you just never know what you're going to get. I think Dr. Heavenly has said that too. You just never know what you're going to get. But what are we going to get on this trip? We're going to get team building. We're going to do some kayak relay racing. They're also going to be on paddle boards, and they've broken it up into team goldfish, which consists of Cecil and Dr. Simone, also Dr. Mimi and Steve. We got team starfish with Toya and Dr. Eugene, also with Quad and King. We got team shark with Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott, and also Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon Zaddy. And then we have Team Snapper with Dr. Greg and Letitia, Curtis and Dr. Jackie, and Phaedra, who is a lone wolf right now. Now, do you kind of see where we're going with this? We are putting together all of the people that have kind of had some form of conflict. And this is how we're going to build our team, put it all together. Now, Dr. Simone has made up these kind of bitches shirts. And Phaedra says, I just meant that I was going to do my part with the Met Gala. Baby, she stands 10 toes down. She said what she said, okay? And what you said was okay, you finished the sentence. So Quad, chimes in and she takes up for the ladies, saying that these are educated bitches. These are bitches that are going to the White House, okay? Who you calling up? UNIT? Why? These are glorious bees. I mean, maybe sometimes we just shouldn't use that word. We're referring to each other, but baby, it don't get us nowhere, okay? The ladies don't like that Phaedra thinks that she's above them, okay? And baby, I get it, okay? Because Phaedra said, y'all got money, I got money too. It gets to be a little uncomfortable. So we kind of move on from that because we got to discuss the goal of the games, okay? Toya says, how about we just put Dr. Heavenly, Letitia, and Dr. Contessa in the room? No, ma'am, absolutely not. Dr. Heavenly's like, thank you, Toya. Baby, we're not going to do it today. And we're not. Toya. You was wrong for that one, sis. But I get where you were trying to go. But let them do what they do, okay? Dr. Simone and Cecil been doing couples trips for forever. Dr. Heavenly's helping out. So we just going to let the chips fall where they may. They want to leave it in Key West and go home lighter. And I tend to agree because one thing your girl does not like is I don't want to harp on the same issue all season. I said when I was on the panel doing Married to Medicine with the ladies, my biggest issue with Dr. Contessa and Letitia really, but more so Dr. Contessa, is we're not going to keep harping on the same ish over and over and over and over again. It does not make for a good show. It's draining. It's irritating. Nobody cares. So Sweet Tea is a little worried. Like I said, we're going to do kayak relay races. We're going to get on these paddle boards. And she just barely learned how to swim, okay? Curtis is going to opt out. He too big. He don't really fool with the water. Dr. Damon Daddy is kind of like, I don't know. Jaws, sharks, yikes. So they're all talking. They're setting up their game plan. Who's going to do what? Who's going to go on the paddleboard, who's not going on nothing, who's getting the kayak, front, back, all of the things, right? Team building. Now they're setting up their game plan. They get into position, and baby, that is basically where we leave off. We don't get to see where we go from there. But what they do give us, baby, is the next episode is fitting to be good, okay? We get glimpses going forward. We see Quad and Dr. Gregory exchanging words, okay? We see Letitia and Dr. Heavenly exchanging words. Phaedra's date finally shows up. Oh, and she has words with Apollo, who finally shows up, I'm sure, with his wife, okay? And more, including Phaedra calling them mean girls and leaving. And the pièce de résistance are Greg and King about to squabble up, baby. I'm here for it, okay? All the drama for my mama. These couples trips are absolutely legendary. And like I said, next week is going to be good. I don't like to keep y'all too long on these videos at all. Reminders at the bottom of the screen. Hit the like if you haven't already. Subscribe. make sure you comment and let me know how you like this episode. Like I said, it was filler. It was giving a, build up. We are setting up for the next one. They got to drag these couples trips out. So we got the beginning and we're going to get more next episode. Share this video. We share your videos because sharing is caring. Your girl is trying to get to that 1,000. So that's why we're sharing this video, keeping your notifications turned on for all the goodies. Peek around the channel, check out some of my other content. I appreciate you guys ever so kindly. Nope, not that one, this one. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.